Right now, police in Aurora need your help identifying a woman who was hit and killed by a driver last week. This happened early last Monday, November 4th. She was hit near East Mississippi and South Elkhart in Aurora. Arapahoe County Coroner's Office says that she is a young Asian woman, likely between the ages of 20 and 30. She's about 5'4" with a black buzz cut. She was carrying a lighter labeled Coco and has several tattoos. One of them is the Japanese yen symbol under her left eye. She also has a black skull tattoo in the shape of a spade on the center of her neck and a yin-yang symbol on the left side of the neck. If you have any information that could help identify her, you are asked to contact police.
Colorado's 8th congressional district finally has some answers as to who will represent them in Congress. The AP hasn't called the race yet, but yesterday Democratic incumbent Yadira Caraveo conceded to Republican challenger Gabe Evans.
9 News reporter Janelle Finch is in Thornton with what's ahead for the projected representative. Janelle, good morning.
Good morning, Jordan and Corey. Yeah, this was a neck-and-neck race up until the very end. Literally this morning, candidates were separated by less than 1%. Later today, we're expecting to hear from Republican Gabe Evans following Democrat Yadira Caraveo's concession. At the end of election night, Caraveo was up by about 2%. Evans closed out his watch party, telling his supporters to wait on conservative votes out of Weld County to push his standing forward. In the days post-election, Evans overtook Caraveo in the polls. By Sunday afternoon, 96% of votes counted, with Evans in the lead. Caraveo announced her concession, thanking her supporters. This is a critical win for the GOP in the House. There are still about 20 races still yet to be called, and Republicans only need 4 more seats to take majority. Live in Thornton, Janelle Finch, 9 News.
All right, Janelle, thank you. This week, President-elect Donald Trump will meet with President Biden in the Oval Office. The traditional post-election meeting is meant to signal a peaceful transfer of power, but Trump did not host Biden when he won the election in 2020. While Inauguration Day isn't until January 20th, advisors for the president-elect have already announced the co-chairs for his inaugural events committee. Those are longtime supporters Steve Witkoff and former U.S. Senator Kelly Loeffler. After a highly divisive election, it's only natural to have questions. The 9 News Culture Report team wants to give you answers. Text your election questions to the number on your screen. You can tune in to get answers from experts on the next episode of the Culture Report. That airs at 6:30 p.m. Thursday after next on 9 News Plus.
New information this morning. An arrest has been made after a deadly mass shooting on the campus of Tuskegee University in Alabama. It happened early yesterday morning during homecoming celebrations. Officials say an 18-year-old was confirmed dead at the scene, while 12 others were injured by gunfire and taken to the hospital. 4 other people sustained injuries that were not related to the gunshots. Police arrested a 25-year-old man that left the scene with a handgun. The university has canceled classes for today as officials continue to investigate the shooting.
Well, today is Veterans Day, and the Colorado National Guard will conduct flyovers in recognition of all of our military service members who lay their lives on the line to protect our country. F-16 fighter jets will fly over Loveland, Longmont, Westminster, and Lakewood. It's going to happen between 11:50 this morning and noon, as long as the weather cooperates.
A nonprofit in Longmont harnesses the healing power of horses to help people, including many veterans. The work that they do could be impacted, though, by rising costs and funding cuts. The Boulder Vet Center says that equine therapy is in demand, and in recent years, both the horses and therapists at Medicine Horse have built strong connections in serving veterans. Therapist Michael Mahoney says behaviors that show up in veterans' relationships pop up quickly working with the horses here.
When they are working with the horse to lead, they have these moments of like, oh, this is the first time that I've led without feeling like I'm being domineering or controlling of the partner that I'm working with, but actually inviting them into an activity together. And then they start to say, oh, that's making me think of how I might lead with my children or at work. And it can be really powerful.
Absolutely, but as we mentioned, funding cuts are making things tough. Right now, they're about $22,000 short, and as they search for more grant funding, Medicine Horse is putting the Veterans Program in the spotlight for its push on Colorado Gives Day next month.
This morning, we want to honor the veteran in your life. Text us a picture, 303-871-1491. We're going to be showing all of our military service members throughout the morning. Both of our dads served. My dad was a PJ in the Air Force, stationed at Hickam Air Force Base in Hawaii.
And my dad served as Lieutenant Commander in the Navy. As a result, I was born in New Orleans, and then after his time in the military, he actually continued his work with veterans as a doctor at the VA in Amarillo. My grandpa, this is my mom's dad, also served in the Navy, and we are so thankful for everybody's service. We appreciate it. Let's check your forecast now with Keely.
Sunny skies this afternoon, temperatures climbing into the low 50s. We are pretty clear throughout the day. Just a few mid to high level clouds in the forecast for this afternoon. Things change tomorrow as we do have a system moving in from the Pacific, and that is going to bring us some snow up to the high country out west as well as some isolated showers along the I-25 corridor. We could see also some flakes flying tomorrow night in and around the metro area out east across the plains, although it's going to be breezy with downsloping winds as well. So those winds evaporating much of that moisture before it reaches the ground.
Keely, thank you so much. Some good news for those all the way down south in Castle Rock. That crash that we've been tracking southbound I-25 at Castle Rock Parkway. The good news, no more traffic impacts. The right shoulder was partially blocked, but crews have left the scene as well as a tow truck, so you're not going to see any traffic delays in that area. Southbound I-25 right near 144th Avenue heading south all the way down to 76. That's going to be a 9-minute drive.
All right, thank you very much, Brianna. Looking ahead, Aurora wants your input on the city's master transportation plan. This week, the city is hosting another open house for people to weigh in on a few different scenarios. They include both transportation options and uses of city land to make the city system safer, more comfortable, and more reliable. The city already gathered some feedback earlier this year. This is just another round of that. This open house is Thursday at Aurora Highlands P8, starting at 5:30.